All right, I believe I am live. Uh huh, I am. Heck yeah. Okay, so this is my first live of 2026, man. I have been neglecting my my time here. It's been an interesting start to this year for me. I've been dealing with a lot of different things, and I have not been able to spend any time cultivating this space. And for that, I apologize to you all. Anyway, Professor Billionaire is back. And man, it's a lot been going on since I've been here last. We got a lot to talk about. Everybody's using AI in music now these days. And we can debate whether or not AI is good or bad or all, but it's a useful tool. And tools are just what they are. They're tools. They can be used to build or they can be used to destroy. What I mean by destroy, they can be used to build careers, help engineers and producers work more efficiently. As far as like when I'm talking about the AI music tools, but it can also be used to destroy musicians' careers by cutting corners if people want to actually, cut real musicians out of the picture. If musicians and producers don't get with the program and learn how to use AI to their advantages, they will find themselves out of a job. So I suggest that if you are a musician, producer, learn how to use all of the different AI tools that you see right now. It's important because it is here to stay. As someone who works in this industry, as someone who teaches in this industry, it is here to stay, whether we like it or not. Learn it, adapt, or be replaced. Human beings have always had to adapt to new and changing technologies. It's just that simple. However, art comes from here. It comes from the soul. A very wise musician, very good friend, once told me, his name is Charles Pettaway. We were having the conversation about, AI and creation and all. And he said, man, real music comes from God anyway. The heart of it comes from God. And God lives in each and every one of us. And the more I listen to this AI inspired music, it's really just an imitation of what it is that we've all been doing. Now, yes, it can do it faster. Yes, it can do it maybe a little bit more efficiently, but it's not really coming up with something new. It's just a derivative of what we've already been doing. So yes, it can inspire some other things. I suggest you use it to go ahead and inspire you. You can use these derivatives to help inspire some other things. I suggest it. But don't let it stop there. You know, once you've used tools like Suno or Ace Studio or Chat GPT or whatever to give you a springboard, then tap into your own creativity and build from it. Let it make your creativity or your workflow more efficient. Let us speed it up, but don't rely on it to be the end all be all. I've done some experiments over the past couple of weeks messing with Suno, where I've actually taken some of my old songs, and I'm not going to share that with you tonight, but in some upcoming lives or some upcoming, not even lives, I'm going to cut some videos together. where I took some of my old songs from about 30 years ago and I dumped them into the AI, Suno, and let Suno interpolate or reinterpolate new versions of my songs. And some of the stuff that it put out was actually pretty cool. Some of it was kind of, generic and bubblegum, but all of it was surprisingly good, to be honest with you. Until I dug a little bit deeper when I was listening to some of the solos. The solos were very good, but then when I listened more and I realized there was one solo in particular that I was like, oh man, this solo is too good. And I was listening to it and it was a synth solo that was, superimposed on my song. And I was like, oh, that's from Chick Corea's Electric Band. They just took from this solo idea from Chick Corea's Electric Band and put it on my song. No wonder it's so good. Now that brings to me is that creative, or is that just is that thievery? I don't know. It's just kind of something interesting. I have no idea. But anyway, what inspired me to come on today is I was actually working on a piece that I kind of started using. I got some AI programs, some drums. Actually, I started with a piano riff. And it was just a piano riff. This is what I started with. So. So this is all me. Okay, so that is all me. So I put that into Suno Studio and I said, okay, create something based upon that. I put some prompts in for it to be issue something jazzy, smooth, soulful. I wanted to have a nice bass line, guitar, and drums and bass. And it gave me, and I'll just kind of unsolo what it gave me at first. Let's see, hold on. Sorry. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you. I'm trying to just unsolo what it gave me first. Okay, so this is the original file that it gave me after I put in oh. So I thought some of that was really cool, but I thought the bass line was kind of repetitive, so I didn't keep it. And I did like the drums a lot, so I did want to keep those drums. So I really liked those drums. And there were some strings that it generated that I really didn't like. And I had it actually create a couple of more guitar parts. And ultimately, when I got through, by the time I added my own synth lines and a couple of more guitar parts, I ended up with a full creation that was a combination of what I created, what this AI created, and this is the final product that we kind of have here. And I'll share it with you right here. It's kind of cool. And that's kind of the vibe. And so yeah, that's very, very cool and scary that AI and I collaborated on a new piece together. I mean, yeah, this is not, I mean, and this is not the first one. But interestingly enough, I'm not surprised that it's come to this because, believe it or not, we've been using AI to create and collaborate now for some years. It's just, finally gotten to this point. Everything from, you know, some form of drum machine automation to, with different programs, knowing how to go in and just quantize automatically what we've been doing, and, smart auto accompaniments and things of that nature. It's not new per se. It's just becoming really intelligent now. Intelligent. It's maturing and it's just getting better. This is like, somebody said to me the other day, we're still in like the stages. This is comparative to the stages of like dial-up internet where we are right now with this. We're still getting a ding, ding, ding. I'm aging myself, but yeah, that's kind of where we are with this right now. And it's just gonna keep going. So we gotta learn it, gotta embrace it, so that we can stay on top of it. Because the tech bros are really wanting to replace us. I don't know why they want to push it so far. Why do they want to replace us doing the cool stuff? They need to use AI to do all the jobs that we don't want to do, instead of trying to replace us all the cool jobs. But regardless, if it can do something to make my task a little bit easier, and I can concentrate a little bit more on the creative stuff, and put out a little bit better content and a little bit better songs faster, and I can do more for you guys and more for in my lifetime, then I'm all for it. If it's better, that's the key. If I can do it faster and better, then yes, I'm all for it. That's the key. If I can do it faster, more efficiently, and better because of this tool. Now, if I just make it faster and it's not better because it lacks humanity and soul, then it's not worth it. Because part of what makes music good is the process of going through something, and the different emotions that it takes to create the tension or whatever. So there still has to be some of that. There still has to be a lot of that. And there still has to be the human interaction of different personalities coming together and creating. So as cool to me as this piece of music that I just played for you guys was, it's not as cool to me as it's going to be when I replace some of these parts with my colleagues, when I get so all of those guitar parts were AI. Yes, they were cool. I'm feeling them. And there's a couple of them that I'm probably going to leave. There are 3 guitar parts that were happening in that section. And there's at least one of them that I'm going to leave because it's really cool. The pattern was cool and the tone was cool. But there are 2 other guitar parts that I think I'm going to have. I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a real guitar player come in and do something different, because it didn't do the flavor that I would really want one of my colleagues to play, because I know that they would bring something different to the table. So, yeah. And as cool as some of the bass stuff that it was doing, the bass was killing on there, but it was doing just a little bit too much. And unfortunately, because I couldn't tell the AI, hey, chill out a little bit. It just did what it played. So I could tell a real bass player, hey, chill out a little bit. Play a little bit less busy at this spot. Or it would actually, I need a real bass player would know to just play a little bit less busy at the spot because it would feel better. The AI just knows that, these are really cool notes, or maybe, because in the past, stylistically, bass players have played really cool notes. So it's just going based upon what it's heard in the past on this style of music. And it's just putting everything in the kitchen sink in it and making all this, all the cool riffs that it's heard over, compiled over all of the different many thousands of recordings that it's gone out and fished through over the internet. And it's just thrown it in there. And yes, it's cool, but it's not what a seasoned bass player would put into this composition. They wouldn't throw every single note, every single lick into this to make it great. Yeah. So in my opinion, the bass is doing just a little bit too much. Yes, it's good. Yes, it feels good, but it's just a little bit much. And unfortunately, I can't tell it to chill out because it gave me what it gave me. If I put it back in with another prompt, it's going to spit out something totally different. It's not just going to chill it out. It's just going to spit out something totally different. Maybe they'll fix that in in upcoming updates. Maybe eventually there'll be a way that we can just, dial it back and it will, still stay in the same vibe and, chill it out a little bit. Maybe you can do percentages instead of it, creating something totally different in the vibe. But who knows? Because the reality is I want it to stay, keep the same pattern, same vibe. Most of it I want to stay the same. But I just want maybe chill, maybe 3 of the licks I want to stay and the other one I don't. And I don't want to have to go in and program each and every little part. I could chop it up and just say chill this part of it out. But then that defeats the purpose of me using the AI. At that point in time, it's no longer saving me time. That's the whole point of having the AI in the first place. If I have to go and do all of that, then I might as well go back to just programming the music the way that I would do it in the first place. So the AI is no longer saving me time. Just my 2 thoughts and thoughts and 2 cents on this thing. So anyway, I've talked enough and I'm gonna go out one more time. I'm gonna play this for you guys one more time before we, end this thing, just to get your 2 cents. I'm gonna end the video with the song one last time. This is called "They Don't Give Up on Us." The first public playing of my collaboration between me and an AI. And here we go.